Next, we could kind of talk about another category being like password managers, and if the same thing that applies to VPNs applies to password managers. Hey guys, if you're looking to increase your privacy to kind of like my recommended level, you should be at least using 3 products. You're going to need a good VPN, and you can find my recommended VPNs on vpntierlist.com. Tier 1 options are the best. Use code TomSpark for all those ones, and it should get you some discount. Number 2 is you're going to need an anti-doxing tool that deletes your real-life information online from data brokers. So if someone does manage to find your real-life name online, they can't look up your address, your phone number, or any of your family members to harass or even swat you. That's essential. I would recommend a service called Join Delete Me, and if you use code TomSpark, you can get 10% off that. Thirdly, I would recommend a private encrypted email provider instead of using Google that pretty much just logs all your data and sells it off to advertisers. Instead, use a private encrypted email like Private Mail. With code TomSpark, you can get 50% off that. Super solid service, actually made by the same people who made TorGuard VPN, so you know you can trust it. Also guys, if you're looking for a more private and anonymous way of calling people, texting, signing up for accounts, or anything like that where you don't want to put your real number, I would recommend a service called Hush.com, which has a phone app that you can use to have your own private phone number. And if you use the link down in the description down below, you could get an unlimited account pretty much lifetime for around $25 with 6,000 text messages or around 1,000 call minutes per year, which is a really good deal. Anyways guys, if you want to help support the channel, check out any of those products and use my discount codes. I'll put the links and discount codes down in the description down below. And back to the video right now. So I think with password managers, there's like the same freemium model, but it's different from VPNs in that I do think freemium password managers can be good to use, and in some cases better than just paid password managers. We have something like Bitwarden, which in most cases offers very little compromise. It can do the same thing as every other password manager. It's secure, open source, audited, and very reputable. And the free model is pretty much completely usable, and you don't really even need to pay to upgrade to the paid version to even use it. Whereas other paid password managers offer pretty much the same features and stuff like that. You just have to pay more. This is why I think Bitwarden has kind of taken over the password manager space so quickly. It's relatively small and relatively new, but it just offers so much value for a free product without much compromise. So as a user, it's a really good service to take advantage and use, and it's the one I use as well. However, I think in terms of Bitwarden, I think the business model is a little bit tricky for them, and I can't imagine the team is very big or they're making that much money because simply most users who are using Bitwarden don't need to upgrade to the paid plan. In fact, I think I'm right on the money with this idea, and we saw LastPass kind of struggle with the same thing. I formally recommended LastPass alongside Bitwarden because it was pretty much the same kind of feature set as Bitwarden. You didn't really need to upgrade to the paid model to get most of the features, and I do prefer LastPass's autofill version compared to Bitwarden. But we saw LastPass we do company ownership and stuff like that, and the new company that owns it now is looking to make more money with it. And as before, the free version was just too good. So that's why a lot of people are upset with LastPass now, is because they're trying to make more money by incentivizing people to use the premium version, so that way they can actually make some money. Because this company doesn't really probably want to sell that much data or do anything like that to compromise user privacy, so it is trying to make more money on that premium model. But this did upset a lot of people who were just kind of freeloading on LastPass, who have mostly migrated to Bitwarden now, which probably isn't making that much money either, and it's not really incentivizing people to use the premium version, which can be okay if the person owning it is a small team, not looking to make a ton of money. That wasn't really the case with the company that owned LastPass. Honestly, I think LastPass gets a little bit too much flack for this decision, because I do kind of understand the reasoning behind it. The free version was just in some ways too good. Now, there's a certain argument to be made that, if people like Bitwarden and they want to support the company, they will do so. But honestly, guys, this isn't as much of a thing as you think it would be. Just like YouTubers who rely on donations and Patreon and stuff like that, you have to be a huge YouTube channel to make a living like that. And it's become much more common for YouTubers to use sponsorships and affiliate programs and stuff like that to remain afloat and profitable, instead of relying on people's donations. Because at the end of the day, people don't really want to donate that much, and I doubt Bitwarden gets that much from donations. They probably make more money from their premium option, but again, like I said, it's not really that necessary with something like Bitwarden. There isn't really that much compromise to the free model. So in the end, I think it's worth using for now. I'm seeing where the company goes. I don't think they're making that much money. But again, I think for a password manager, it's a little bit different because I think it's possible to create a password manager with a smart company and kind of remain afloat compared to a VPN, which has a lot more work put into the servers and more customer support requirements, all sorts of things that, you know, need to be worked on a little bit more. I think password manager is ultimately just a simpler product. So I think the freemium model for password managers is okay, and I would recommend Bitwarden.